Hello, fellow wanderers. Finally made it on tonight. All sorts of crazy problems before hopping on here, but I do have some cool things to show. So to get up here, I'm going to go ahead and grab our video ID for the live stream. And if I keep rubbing my nose, it's because my allergies are set off. I don't know if it's the bloody dogs or AC or what, but it's quite uncomfortable. All right. Looks like the live stream system is up. So a couple of the changes here that we're going to hopefully get to test tonight. Let me just make sure that audio is coming through. Okay. Audio check 1, 2, 3. Let's quickly test the live chat system. Sounds like that's up. Let's quickly test the live chat system. Sounds like that's up. But I do not hear our chill music. Music is important. Oh, that's because I muted outputs. As I was trying to get up on stream here, my little portable AC tube fell out the window. It's all duct taped up there. It's blowing dust everywhere. I'll be right back, and then we'll get this going. If anyone sees this, this is live, and yeah.
Lala G says hi.
How are you? Just give me a few minutes here. I'm getting set up, but you should see an avatar on the bottom of the screen. You have a unique voice, and you also have a unique aura that shows over your character when you speak. Give me a few minutes, and I'll be back and start looking at some of the code here.
Akshat, not Lala G.
Alright, let's get going. Took me hours to get on tonight, but had quite a fun time with the chatters coming in and helping me test out the system.
Tell me, Akshat. My name is Akshat.
Hi, Akshat. Not sure how to pronounce that. Okay, so now I'm looking at the screen. I want to make sure that your chat bubbles are coming through. It looks like they are.
I can't understand your language.
That's funny. I'm Scottish, but I'm speaking English. We'll take it slow. Are you interested in coding, programming?
I am from India.
Which part of India are you from?
Kolkata is my living place and Uttar Pradesh is my birth city.
Very cool. Very, very cool. I work with some folks from around where you're from, and yeah, are good programmers.
Will you come tomorrow live stream?
Yes, yes. Hopefully, I'll get on earlier. I know that it's a very different time where you're at right now, but yes, I will be back on tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe, and if you want to see some live coding, this is the place to come.
Which time?
So I'm on Eastern time zone, EST. So maybe around 10 or 11 p.m. my time, which will be, I believe, in the morning for you.
Will be you, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you for your support. Appreciate you.
X-type name Harex says, what are you coding for?
Hey there. So if you just see in the bottom of the screen there, it reads out your message from the live chat and also gives you an avatar in world and gives you a unique aura or light. So I'm basically working on just building out live chat integration. We've had some fun with that in previous streams.
I have like and subscribe.
That's brilliant. Thank you. Yep. And you have a custom voice. So if you notice, different chatters have unique TTS voices. This is all programmed by me in this little system. It's built in React, Canvas, WebGL, things like that. But yep, that little animation there is a YouTube driven, live chat driven animation essentially. It's also a world builder and has a bunch of streaming functionality in its own right. But I'm having the most fun like interacting with chatters.
Can you give me your number? We will talk.
I do have a Discord. It's in my description. If you want to check that out. Let me post the commands that I've coded for live chat.
Okay.
If you guys have any ideas, I'm all ears and I'll code it now. I tend to get on way later than I want to, but usually that's how it works, right? And if you guys listening could just drop a like, subscribe if you can. It'll help build out this little experiment. The more chatters we get in here.
I am a scientist and engineer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Rames says, are you using Python in backend?
Rames, so I had a Python question the other day. The only Python I'm using right now is to control this little guy. It's a Anki Cosmo, and it also integrates with the YouTube stream and Kynto. But the backend is actually Node.js. So I know quite a handful of languages. I've been coding since I was 11. But JavaScript has always been my go-to. Python is very, very powerful.
Node Express.
So we don't have to use Express here. We're actually using
I will
WebSockets.
come tomorrow.
Okay, good night. Have a good day. Thank you for coming on. So Express is a little bit problematic. It's good for standing up APIs that you poll, but we want real live, instantaneous, like we want to basically emulate how games or chat systems do things, and WebSockets are the quickest way to do that. And I've taken that a little bit further as well. If you look up WebRTC, you can also create that in Python and connect it in Python, but it's peer-to-peer WebSockets. And that's how I built out some of these streaming tools. So we'll see if Jamie wants to hop on tonight, but you can share your webcam, share screen and stuff all in stream. And it allows me to assemble like quite powerful streams. And it's all peer-to-peer, all done in a web browser. The web browser has a lot of power in it. It's untapped by most companies that build with it, I think. Spend most of my time just fighting technology though to get my stuff working right. Like my mouse is giving me problems. There we go. Cool, it's like we've got two people dancing. Sweet. RAM EES, what do you build in Python, or what you're interested in building? We want to persist these values. You really have to.
No, I was a full stack developer, mainly use Node, Express, React, Next.js.
Okay, right on. Yep, so the UI here is all built out in React, but that's cool. When I first started coding, like almost, you know, it was more full stack back then. I've only really seen the specialization, you know, front end, back end in the past 10 years or so, but like in my day job, I'm a front-end programmer, but they actually had me switch over to native app development for a year to help them get an application out in Swift, because they're basically aware that, you know, I'm not afraid to jump into different platforms and languages, and that's kind of how I got to where I'm at now, experience-wise. And the actual front-end technology we're using there is Vue, which is funny because before I got hired there, I hadn't worked with Vue, just React, but they're very, very similar. They definitely make it a lot more fun than just directly interacting with the document object mode, the DOM, and doing things that way. It's kind of a pain. Just getting my bearings here. It took me a little minute to get on tonight. So I want to persist everyone's voices that they get, and I want to persist their colors. And I'll give you guys some commands to control and set that. I also had some ideas, like the more people that interact or chat, to like create bigger auras, or basically have animations triggered based on how many people are engaging, and then record specific events, like, you know, kind of a leaderboard Like the most fun I've had streaming is when people are interacting with each other using the live chat. And it's just cool. It's like a conversational format, and that's why I'm like working on giving unique voices was like a big change there. Most of the TTS systems I've heard, like in Twitch and stuff, it's all one voice. It doesn't have to be that way. I'm just using the accessibility API in the web browser. It's supported by all the large browsers, and it lets you use a speech synthesizer, and you can assign custom voices, custom pitch, and a custom rate at which that's read. And I do have to go back and clean up that code. A lot of this is just get it out there, see how it works. Yeah. Move fast and break things, I suppose. All right. Let me take a look at some of my notes. I've had some questions how this system works, how it's pulling in from YouTube. YouTube does just have it has a bunch of APIs, right? And you have to pull them, so there is a latency there. But I'm able to ask YouTube for a list of live chat, who said what, and then that's what I'm using to basically tie into my event system that spans the server, the client, and any other layers that the client's embedded in. And I'm able to, create an avatar if one doesn't exist for a chatter that just chatted, and basically just tie into something I've been working on building for a while. Quite excited about that. I had a stream 2 or 3 days ago where it went so well that I couldn't sleep. I already have a hard time sleeping at night, so that was quite fun. So we're going to break into that a little bit, because that's our persistence layer. What's that? I've got some unreleased commands as well. I think we need to... If you guys have any examples for streams like this that integrate with live chat and provide custom commands to do custom things, I'd like to see it, because I'm definitely seeking that out. I also have to improve this logic where I'm actually deciding which tile to spawn an avatar on. It was a very quick get it up and working. I want to take in spacing into account, and some rooms are large, some rooms are just a thin line of tiles. It's to be a little smarter on how to actually get a tile. It looks like I started coding that up here, but I didn't finish it.
I mean chat functionality /.
Yeah, but like chat, I guess chat-driven games or chat-driven streams. Like I've seen a couple of great instances where people made one-off videos doing it. Can't remember the name of the developer, but I've seen one-off instances. But I like the idea of a chat not just observing the stream, but actually actively contributing to it and driving it a wee bit. For speed, I've been implementing some of these features just on the client layer first, and then I harden it and then move it into the server when we need to. That makes sense. Where is? I think I need a notebook. So let me sketch down some of these UX changes as well. Just
Do you see this?
let's see. Deleting it. Yeah, so YouTube does filter out links. Maybe if you could just type in @username. Oh no, bugged out. Welcome to live development. So there is a bug that is killing me right now. So I've got to connect to the bloody server. Come on. This is just burning up API keys. Oh no. Kynto cp deploy. We got to knock down the Docker container. folder. Hopefully we didn't burn up all our API keys. We're about to find out. There's a limit of 10,000 API keys per request. So while this is down, you'll see that I will not hear you, but I'll check the chat periodically as I'm working through this. Actually, let me look at the logs real quick, just to see why it did that. Because usually this bug only happens once the stream's been terminated, and I don't. It should be done. Okay, it's Docker PSA, that list of Docker instances that are up and down. You don't build things because it's easier, because you feel good. It's not me. Do it because it's hard. It's that. Few moments here. However, it looks like the YouTube live chat is interacting with that, which is not good. So it should not be firing off notification. Right. So that crashed on 10. Just pull this out. Right, bring it in. So you guys see what I'm looking at here? Oops. Not sure how well that's going to come through. But the notification API that I coded in here was getting triggered wrongly by YouTube, which is bad. Very bad. So quickly debugging this so I can release an update and then restart the server. What chat I'm doing that. Yeah, so the dance command's even down while I'm starting this. Give me a moment here. Make sure to like and subscribe so you can see this when it's all working smoothly as well. Isn't it? All right, work through this. So this is the right instance. Exited 40 months ago. It's being listed here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to restart the server and I'm just going to monitor the logs. It's going to dump a bunch of chat messages through since we already have some. The server isn't supposed to crash in the middle of a live stream. But we'll go ahead and start it up. Let's do that. Pull code back into view. Alright, starting up our dependencies now. So it requires MongoDB, that's our NoSQL database. Pull Visual Studio Code back into view. And what I'll do is monitor the logs. And then anyone that chats with me as I'm working through this will actually help me debug what the hell just happened. It takes about a minute or two for everything to boot up server-wise. Typically I don't have to fanny about with it, but Murphy's Law says that I do. It's definitely because it's we go here, that's triggering chat plugin, which is triggering the notification plugin. Oh, it's problematic. Add chat message, so this is where we're actually firing it into the client. It also triggers the OpenAI, so ChatGPT is also built into Kynto for AI avatars. That's not the problem here, it's just one of the many things that is done. You shouldn't be firing that logic at all because you need a recipient to trigger notifications. If the recipient's room, it shouldn't do it. One of the things to note is the avatars that are created when live chatters speak, it basically creates a temporary avatar for them, whereas parts of the system that expect there to be a database record for that user. But if I did that for every single live chat, it would have a lot of records, but it might make more sense, especially if we get some regulars on here. Alright, server, what are you doing? Okay, so we're back. Alright, give me a moment here, I'll hook up live chat again. And then I'll be watching the logs. Just gonna fire a bunch of chats off. Hopefully we still have some API keys, API requests left tonight. So just so you guys see what I'm doing here, I have another instance of Kynto open on my development machine here. I have a settings panel for YouTube that I need to build a bunch more options into tonight. I'm going to set a polling duration. This is how often it asks a live stream for chat. I'm going to copy the video ID from the YouTube panel right here. And then it's going to fire a bunch of chat updates. So I'm going to hit start polling. And this should all come through. 26 messages, boom, just came in. So 52. So I guess it was paginated. I'm looking at the logs now. Looks like that fired off right. Now in my stream config here, I need to ensure it's actually picking up sound. So I go ahead, we can configure that. And then I'll test it just from right here. Can't hear it. It's one not. Okay. What did that last time? So we'll hop into our Windows sound settings here. Set this to default. Oops. Okay, it's on default. Try again. Testing. It's picking up on that, but you're not hearing it. Testing. Okay.
CodeLock says testing chat readout into Kynto from YouTube for debug.
I have a very nice voice tonight, that's good. We'll switch this off again. Kynto. I guess I'll add some logging.
Joshua Singleton says slaves were sold for $4,000 in today's money. Do you think that's a fair price?
No, I don't. I'm not going to have that in this chat. If it's not code related or if it's negative, you just get booted and I'll kick up AI moderation. Simple as. Really do that now. So there's two layers of moderation here. Try to automate as much as possible. We'll start with the YouTube layer. There's also, it gets difficult with the moderation because you don't want to filter out good chat, but you don't want, you basically have to read the intention of chat, not just so much the words. So I have the OpenAI layer here. Pull that up on screen. This part is coded in React and Node.js. Actually, put it built into this UI. And I have to set up another scene here real quick actually, so it's easier to make Kynto full screen. Give me a second while it sets up. Let's see, how do I want to do this? This will duplicate. I'm meaning to do this for a little while. Good. So I could decide if I want to show my screen or my camera. I'll probably show the screen. Disable that. We'll also kill the prompt. And then, if I come back over here, click up here, you'll see more of the screen set up. If I click on music, see the synthesizer, this is all networked. If I click on draw, you'll be able to create your own pixel art items this way. That's pretty interesting. And then the AI layer is what I'm talking about. Integrated this about 2 years ago now. Chat can interact with this as well, but I've not released a command for that. I have one called Kynto Developer where I've basically populated like a personality prompt with information on how the system works. So it's able to actually help you generate scripts, plugins for Kynto. That feature is not released to the public at large yet, but I do use it. It's very, very, very fun to interact with. Like it can help generate custom room shapes or maps or things like that. Kynto, its core is driven by an event system, which allows for all sorts of crazy emergent stuff to happen. My job as the developer here and the creator is basically just to connect as many APIs and docs as possible within reason that these events can trigger. There's an unbiased archaeologist. Very nice. Kind of impressed with how far the GPT's image creation has came. I don't know if it's still called DALL-E, if that's how they're still doing it. That's what I originally used to generate these icons here. And the difference between then and today is obscene. Definitely see a lot of YouTube thumbnails go in that direction, that's for sure. I do have a draw command that integrates it into Kynto, but I have to go in and actually update the models that it's using. For you quiet folks that do not have an avatar on screen, just go ahead and drop a like or subscribe if you can. Try to get more people on here so we can see some interesting things occur in chat. This whole avatar world is controlled by chat, for better or worse. I'm actually going to take a wee coffee break here. We'll create another scene for that, but I'll be back. Just a quick reminder that live chat controls the avatars at the bottom of the screen. Chatters get unique voices and unique colors. I went on a wee bit late tonight. I feel it.
Nova says hey yo.
Hey man, good to see you. Good to see you. How are you doing? Do you see the little aura effect on your avatar down there? I think you're behind a tree, but you have a wee aura now, like when you talk.
Great.
Yeah. I had to ban first person tonight on chat. It was interesting. This is my LAN. Working on some settings and controls for TTS here. Like specifically, I want to stack chats, be able to pause and unpause that. So I guess I'll introduce a new event, TTS chat event. Add a subscriber for that. So to code, isn't it? So I have a global event bus that I could just subscribe to. Kynto.on. And then namespace with Kynto, colon, then I'm going to do TTS chat message, and then we'll create a handler for that. And then we get an object which contains detail. I'll extract what we need out of there. I'll pull the username, the message itself, when the server says it was sent. And just put in a fallback value. Make sure these values are defined before we proceed any further. Let's just actually, this is cleaner. So to actually just terminate at the top of your function when something's not defined is much cleaner than nesting a bunch of ifs. So we'll just return do processing down here. Okay, so we want to update this queue. Take the existing queue, and we will insert another value.
I am back.
What's that? Hey, welcome back. I see you dancing behind the tree, Nova. close this down. I'm going to make use of my existing user settings. We just could tap into this. So here's the schema for user settings. Since I'm coding this not just for myself, but for people to use as well, it makes sense to store our stream controls on their actual account. So I'll create a new entry. We're using Mongoose manager schema here. I'm going to do user TTS settings schema, an object. I'm going to define some values, such as stack chat messages. So this way it doesn't cut off the chats, it would actually queue them up. We're going to define that obviously as a string. Oops, a boolean. Why did it say string? We'll default it to false for simplicity right now. And we'll add a pause button. Bloody dog just bolted through the room. Get out. So we'll have a pause TTS. This will just basically freeze the queue. So I'm just going to add a bunch of boolean settings to start. We'll rename this to is paused. It's a wee bit cleaner. Let's see what else we got here. Skip, flush. I don't think we have to persist that. Maybe volume, so we can control the volume that way. So we'll introduce a float for that. It's a number. Default, let's put it to 1. This is nice as well because once I got these defined, I can come in and put some rows like min and max, or some regex expressions if it's a string and stuff. Just thinking through what settings or which toggles I should add to the chat readout functionality. Since we have custom voices, I'm not gonna. Well, I could add a default voice. No, we'll skip that. What else? We'll go ahead and actually add this to a record as well. Oops. It's been a while since I've released a server update, but got quite a backlog of stuff. Servers programmed in JavaScript and nodejs, as you can see. That's the meat and potatoes of it. Let's go tap into GPT for some additional context, see what that has to say. already did that. Suggesting give unique voices for users. Done that. Pitch rate, already did that. Visual speaking indicator, I've also did that with the auras. So it's not bad. Avatar thumbnail. Yeah, I do want to pull chatters' profile pictures in. It would be cool to have like a little like leaderboard thing. It would just be like a little chat bubble, and it would just show all the heads or the profile pictures small of everyone that's chatted in like the past minute to 5 minutes. I also need to get Jamie on here because she was wondering why she's not a moderator. Okay, video ID, persist that as well. It's actually, so there's two values that we need. So to actually get a live chat ID from YouTube, you have to send in the video ID. So if you open up, you know, YouTube in the web browser, you'll see a little video ID as part of the URL. That's what I actually grab and feed into Kynto here. And then it automatically goes in and asks YouTube, like, hey, what's the live chat ID for this? That way, why is it disconnected? Why is live chat disconnected? Did it crash? Alright, that's helpful. Let's see what the logs say. Nope, it's up still. Interesting. We've got another 20 minutes. I do have to get up for work. And my sleep schedule is destroyed at this time.
Snappo says testing chat readout.
Oh boy. Let's increase the default rate and then decrease the pitch, because that is terrible. So I'll quickly do that. And I need to move this logic out of the top layer as well. Okay, pitch. So this is where I'm setting some random values. So the rate was too slow there. We should be allowing it up to 1. Why is it just 2? Okay, I see. In totality, it can be 1. Let's beef it up a bit. Increase this to 7.5. And then pitch. I don't want to allow it to go so high. So how this works right here, super simple, is it's always going to be at least a value of 0.4 for pitch. And then we do a math.random times 1.2. And to give us a maximum value of 1.6. So what I'll do is I'll increase this and decrease this. We want it to be a lower pitch, don't we? So it actually keep this the same. Decrease the possible highness. 0.7. I also have to figure out what happened to ESLint. I use that to do auto formatting. And for some reason that's broken now. It's like we got a follower on Twitch. I tell you, I do full screen streams to Twitch as well, and I'm lucky if one person sees the stream up there, so it's cool. But the main reason I do it is to capture full horizontal videos, so I can release like proper videos on YouTube as well. So I've done a couple instances with that. I do have a couple. I have a lot pending, but there was an instance where I was working on a chess game inside of Kynto, and I played a couple of chess games on chess.com with Walter, and that was one of the first streams where chat really engaged with the TTS system, and like one of the first times where I had a chatter like say like, I really enjoyed this, I really like your channel, and I was like, okay, sweet. So ever since then, basically I've started recording horizontal videos, and then I do some minimal editing, like moving the quiet pauses in between speaking, and like highlight specific features or whatever I'm working on. So that's why I stream to Twitch, even though it doesn't do much. I do have to eventually code a Kynto plugin though to hook into their live chat system, so I can have that drive the avatars and the TTS and the animations, as well as YouTube, so we could allow for some cross-platform chatting. You see why AI moderation is important, right? Before I program the Twitch Kynto plugin, we're going to harden off the YouTube one. It's the one I'm most excited about. What does it say? Average stream rate too. Adjust that and we start. Oops. Did I just break everything? Drop that down. 4500 characters per second. I did make some adjustments to the Twitch setup here. We're simul streaming to YouTube as well. Horizontal stream now. How this works is the avatar chat on Twitch you see at the top right. That is controlled by YouTube live chat. It has custom voices for the chatters and custom auras that show around their avatars when they speak. And if we get some interest on Twitch, I'll actually live program a plugin for that as well. Drop us a follow if you can. Let's see, did I start coding one already? If not, we could change that. So in the server layer here, it's programmed in nodejs. The front end is React and WebGL, Canvas. Utilizes WebRTC, WebSockets, and all that fun stuff. So I have Discord, I have YouTube, OpenAI, so stub for Twitch. Quickly pull up their docs. Let's see if they have a library. Oops. TMI do this. Oh, nice. So Twitch will let me do WebSockets essentially. That's nice. So I don't have to pull the server like I have to do with YouTube. So that'll be instantaneous. But who created TMI? So it's out of date. See their issue list. I'll be back on after work, after making food, after some sleep. Wish there was a way to not wake up with amnesia and then like set goals to get on at a specific time, but it doesn't happen. It doesn't make much sense because I'm not giving America much of a chance to be on if I'm body streaming when people are getting up. Let's see what GPT has to say. Do it from this computer, not that way I'll read it out. We'll start winding down.
integration into Kynto server like I did for YouTube to allow for Kynto TTS, avatars, and
Oh my
auras.
god.
Which if it Kynto developer says for integrating Twitch live chat into your Kynto server using nodejs, you can utilize the _TMI JS library. It's a well-maintained and popular choice for interactive.
They're cut off there in the longer message. Guess I broke that. We'll go ahead and end it here and try again tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Nova, it was good to see you. Lala as well. What's your name? Lala, it was good to see you too. Everyone have a great day, night and afternoon.